So I'm sitting here with comedian Dave Reinitz. Hey, Dave, how are you?
I'm doing well, Jim.
I'm also here with Steph Zamorano, the miserable liberal. Hi, Steph.
Hello, Jimmy. I'm still here.
So I just went over to look at something on Facebook, and I saw this. So let's go full screeny with her. And this is a woman, and she's a Bernie supporter, and she's going to tell us, according to her, what Hillary, because this is what I've been saying. So I tweeted out yesterday, hey, what if people stop defending Hillary's horribleness, stop demanding that we accept it, start demanding she become a better candidate, maybe we'd have one. So it's weird to watch lefty journalists apologize for Hillary's horribleness the way Fox News apologizes and pretends that the right-wingers aren't horrible. It's what's supposed to make us better on the left. We're supposed to be honest.
Integrity.
And we're supposed to have integrity, and we're supposed to use the same standard for our candidates as we use for other people. And people at Vox, and people at Mother Jones, and people, I'm not picking on them. They've all been doing it, right? So now I just saw this. I haven't even heard it yet. Let's just go ahead and play it and see what this woman has to say.
So, as you can imagine, I'm not too happy about the matchup between a corporate Democrat and a far-right xenophobe this November. I'll never vote for Donald Trump. But here are 7 things Hillary Clinton has to do to maybe, just maybe, win my vote. Stop.
Because that's what I keep telling people. Hey, instead of wagging your finger at me and shaming me for voting for someone who represents my interests like Jill Stein, why don't you wag your finger at Hillary Clinton and say, why don't you go be a better candidate and go get those environmentalist votes? Why don't you come out against fracking? Why don't you go say you're going to re-regulate Wall Street? Why don't you stop taking money from bankers for a second? Why don't you do any of that stuff to try to get... It's like, why aren't people telling Hillary Clinton to go be a better candidate? She's losing to Donald Trump in national polls right now, and frickin' lefty journalists are wagging their finger at the electorate, which is the dumbest... It just shows you how dumb they are. They were dumb enough to fucking choose Hillary Clinton over Bernie Sanders, and now those same people who are dumb enough to do that are dumb enough to not know how to get people to support her. It's the ultimate in stupidity politically. Anybody who supported Hillary Clinton in the primary... super dumb because she's a super horrible candidate, and now we're seeing why you were super dumb to do that. And you were wrong, and you won't admit you were wrong, but you were wrong. If you supported Hillary Clinton in the primary, you were 100% wrong. 100%. I don't care if you're a comedian or a politician or a journalist. If you supported Hillary Clinton over Bernie Sanders, you were 1,000% wrong. And now you're still yelling at Bernie supporters to support her instead of yelling at her to become a real Democrat. So let's go back to this.
Well, you know what, Jimmy? I'm also tired of people, like you're saying this, like saying how wrong I am that I ever supported Bernie Sanders. And I'm sitting there thinking, so why are you so eager to support Hillary Clinton? How has she won you over?
How has she won you over? No, you keep asking people, what has she done, right? You keep asking people.
I'm so curious, what legislation did she ever lead on that has helped women, women of color, or children? I can't find it.
I can't find it.
And nobody has yet to bring that to my attention. Go ahead. So, I'm really open to it.
Give us a link in the comments, Dave.
She has brought the pantsuit into public acceptance. And I think in many ways...
I'm wearing one right
that's
now,
public benefit.
Dave.
That's a
I'm
public
wearing
benefit.
a nice pantsuit right now.
Let's not diminish.
So it's not like she has no accomplishments. I'm tired of people saying that she's done nothing, and that's not an easy trend to get accepted in the public.
You know, the sincerity with which you said that is what made it funny. So here's what this woman says. She tells her to stop taking money.
Money from bankers, fossil fuel barons, and the rest of the 1%. A recent Princeton University study found that the United States is more of an oligarchy than a democracy. Clinton's 5- and 6-figure donations from ExxonMobil and Goldman Sachs only prove researchers' point. Commit to bringing young and working people's interests back into the democratic process. This means both strengthening unions and putting the small d back into the Democratic Party.
Yes.
Take direction from social movements, not just photo ops. Demands from the Movement for Black Lives for things like a $15 minimum wage and a federal job guarantee could form the backbone of a federal plan for racial and economic justice. But Clinton needs to bring movement leaders to the decision-making table first. Promise women more than a vagina in the White House. Double X chromosomes do not a feminist make. The neoliberal economics championed by Margaret Thatcher as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom have been a disaster for women.
Yes.
And France's Donald Trump, Marine Le Pen, could become her country's first female head of state in 2017. Women's representation is important, but Clinton needs to back the kinds of redistributive policies that make a difference in the lives of all women. Apologize. There are worrying skeletons in Hillary Clinton's closet.
Any vote that might lead to war should be hard. but I cast it with conviction.
Yes, these were hard choices, as the title of Clinton's memoir makes clear. But they were also really, really bad ones. Plan on making an economy that works for everyone. Instead of trusting corporations to create jobs, the public sector can put people to work, building smarter, greener public infrastructure. Embrace the future of your party, Hill. Millennials like me are about a third of the electorate, and we're both the most progressive and most diverse generation in history. 43% of us even like this thing called socialism. Making the Democratic Party relevant in the 21st century will mean that establishment insiders like Clinton will have to track further to the left or get out of the way.
Bam.
That's a nice video, but it's not really great marketing. You know, and I think this has been the problem of the left, is that they haven't sold the vision. They haven't even attached to their own success, which is, of course, the Great New Deal. That was the left's only accomplishment in the history of the United States, was the New Deal.
Well, there was also the Great Society, which brought us Medicare.
The Great Society helped, absolutely. It was an offshoot of the New Deal. But my point is just grabbing that language. Like, that was a nice pitch and what Hillary should be doing, and it makes a lot of sense, and it's all good. You know, but it's too difficult for the average news consumer to get on board and go with it, and that's the problem.
I think Bernie actually did reach reached a lot of people with that message, and people and that's what I wish I would have made this video, because it's like, exactly. Hey, if you want us to vote for, I've been saying it kind of.
Yes, you have, and you have passion when you say it, and this lacked that.
That's
what I'm saying.
Well.
This is America, and it's all about marketing.
Oh,
Donald Trump's going to be president because he's a better marketer.
So you're right about that. You agree with the message, but not the messenger is flawed.
The message was soft,
yeah,
and the message was
I thought it was
fluffy.
I have to disagree. I thought it was dignified, poised, and articulate, and I was happy to see that just this was communicated in such a simplistic, straightforward way in a very quick, digestible points. So I get what you're saying, but for me, I was really like Christina Oakes. Is this by Christina Oakes or whomever the woman was? I thought it was fantastic.
Listen, it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. I'm not putting it down. And, you know, but your point of view as an educated, enlightened person is of course going to appeal to that because it's a reasonable argument. My point is that the people that we need to win over need to be beaten over the head with what's really going on. That's kind of my point, is that you've got
I agree with you on that.
You've got to come at them a little bit harder.
And Bernie did come at them harder. He didn't soft pedal anything.
Exactly. And
the millionaires and billionaires.
And the people that we're talking
Waitress, I want another lemon.
The people that we're talking about are the passive Democrats, right? The people that are just, they believe it and they get it, but they still haven't accepted.
They're like, why won't you vote for Hillary? Here's why. It's like, oh, you mean because she's still in bed with the people we're supposed to be regulating? Yes.
Yes, they haven't accepted that mainstream corporate Democratic thing is the problem. That is the Republican Party, right? The Democratic Party is now the Republican Party, and the Republican Party is professional wrestling.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is. And so that's why I always loved. Who was the guy from Vermont, the governor from Vermont who ran for president? He used to say, "I'm representing the Democratic wing of the Democratic."
Howard Dean used to say that. Now he's also
a
a corporate whore. He's also in bed with He's working for the biggest lobbying firm in America. He lobbied against single-payer health care. He's on board with Hillary. It's unbelievable.
Yes, but at least the rhetoric was good.
It was. He was the one who said in 2003, if you want to know why half the country isn't voting, it's because you have to give them something to vote for.
Correct, and they still have not learned that lesson.
And Hillary Clinton, here we are, 50 days before the election, and she still has no message. And if you chose Hillary Clinton in the primary, you're dumb politically, you were wrong, and now I would hope that you would help make her a better candidate. But I know you won't, because the kind of people who supported Hillary in the primary aren't the kind of people who admit their mistakes and try to make things better. What they do is they try to tell people who are trying to make things better to shut up.
Well, and here's the problem now is that there's a hopelessness, right? Because, you either get Trump or Hillary. And somehow in a country of 330 million people, we end up with the two
most hated people in the country.
It's stunning. It is stunning. I would vote for other. I would vote for dentist appointment before I would vote for either of these people. I would vote for let's try it without a president. Let's just see what happens.
Let's try it without a
Let's just wing it.
Well, you know what? Now I sit here and I've shared this, that now with the advent of Hillary Clinton's health issues, that Tim Kaine is next in line. Are you kidding me, ladies? Do you really think Tim Kaine is going to help an American woman? Go look what he stands for. He's a corporate tool.
I mean, what is the difference between Tim Kaine and Hillary Clinton?
Oh, Tim Kaine is actually against abortion.
Oh,
That would be the big difference.
is he really?
Yeah.
And he's a Democratic nominee for vice president.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and he is also, but what he says is, I don't let my personal religious views affect my government job.
You
right?
should.
So I'm not going to inflict my religious beliefs into the government. So what he's basically saying, because they go, you pro-choice? He goes, no, I'm a Catholic. I don't, but so I'm against abortion, but I don't think my religious views, I won't let them bleed into my government. Well, that's the definition of pro-choice, but he doesn't want to say he's pro-choice. That's the definition. Yeah, I'm personally against it, but I don't want to choose for you.
Right.
I'm for you making that choice.
Right.
But he's also for the Hyde Amendment, and he's also pushing the TPP. He's very pro-TPP, even though Hillary backtracked on it in October. He's still very pro it. Again, they're going to pass the Barack Obama right now is pushing the TPP, and he's going to pass it in a lame duck because he's also a corporate whore. This is not. That's why we're not. The Democratic Party is not for me. If I'm for a $15 minimum wage, that's a graveyard in the Democratic Party. If I'm for re-regulating Wall Street, I'm going to have to fight the Democratic Party to do it. If I want to stop wars, I'm going to have to fight the Democratic Party. If I want to stop fracking, I'm going to have to fight the Democratic Party. If I want single-payer health care, I'm going to have to fight the Democratic Party. I'm going to have to fight the Democratic Party on anything progressive.